Hey guys, good morning. How are you guys doing? I am just starting my day here. I've got some coffee, I've got my yogurt and bananas. I usually throw some blueberries in there too, but we're running low. We're running low, so I'm trying to do it every other morning until we can get to the market and get some more. Anyway, my friend Jen is here. We've had a nice couple of days, and I just wanted to spend some quality time with her, so I haven't been vlogging, but I'm gonna start vlogging today. And I've got lots of fun stuff in store for you. I start my drawing class. I mentioned this in I think in my last vlog, a previous vlog. And Jen is here, well, to see me, actually, to see Butters. And to also see Bruno Mars. So we're going to Bruno Mars later on this week. So that'll be really, really fun. So I thought I would take this quiet morning and start vlogging with you guys. How are you? Well, the Sephora sale, it has started, is well underway. What have you guys been buying? I've been buying a lot of makeup because there's been a lot of new releases, and a lot of it actually has not been at Sephora. More to come on that. I will share all of that with you, either in this vlog or in a future vlog. And yeah, but a lot of new makeup is coming out that's been interesting to me, which I have to say hasn't always been the case the past few years. Anyway, I think many of you feel the same. Anyway, I am just having some of my cinnamon and candied tamarind Nespresso, and I wanted to share with you this multivitamin that I've been taking. And I've mentioned this on my channel before, so this will, and you'll see that I'm pretty much done with this bottle. I've got maybe a few more days in here. But Ritual is working with me on this portion of the video, so a big thank you to them. And I've been really enjoying their multivitamin. So this is the Essential for Women multivitamin 50 plus. So they have a multivitamin for women, and then they have one especially formulated for women over 50, like myself. So the history I have with multivitamins in general is that they upset my stomach. No matter when I take it, how much food I've eaten, just it's always upset my stomach. And so I've always had a really hard time developing the habit. I'll try, I've taken, some gummy multivitamins, which those are okay on my stomach, but I feel like I'm ingesting so much sugar, and it's almost like I'm eating some candy just so I can get some vitamins in me. So I've kind of backed away from the gummy vitamins. So anyway, I tried these from Ritual, and let me actually just show you a capsule. First of all, look how cool those are. But these capsules I can take on an empty stomach and not have a problem. So the dosage is 2 a day. So I pop 2 a day. I usually do it in the mornings. Sometimes I do it in the evenings. Sometimes I do it on an empty stomach, first thing before I go to the gym. Sometimes I do it after my breakfast. Whenever it is that I take it, I never ever have an upset stomach. My stomach doesn't start to cramp, which is usually the case when I take other multivitamins. I do not have that with these. And so that was what really kind of piqued my interest at first. I was like, whoa, I'm so shocked. I mean, pleasantly shocked. And I looked further into Ritual, and I was so happy to see that their ingredients are 100% traceable, meaning they'll tell you where their labeled ingredients are from, why they're there, and how they're validated. So talk about peace of mind. So that's really amazing. And another thing that's inside the bottle of multivitamins is something called a scent tab. And inside the multivitamin one, there's a minty scent tab. So when I first opened up this bottle, I was like, what? Why does this smell so fresh? I cannot stand the smell and the taste of vitamins. They just have that, I don't even know how to describe it, it's just vitamin-y. So I was really impressed that they went so far as to include something like this in there. So not only does it smell good, but there's a minty freshness to all of the capsules. So when you take it, so it leaves this minty freshness in your mouth. It's really awesome. I love it. I love that little addition that they made. It just makes the entire process so much more palatable, so much more pleasant, and I really enjoy the minty freshness. I do also want to mention that these are vegan, these are gluten-free, non-GMO certified, and formulated without any major allergens. So not only do these capsules look cool, but there's a reason why they've separated the dry and the oily ingredients. It's so you can take your folate and your vitamin D at the same time. So the dosage is 2 capsules a day, and You know, again, with other vitamins, if it was more than one, I would kind of space it out because it would make me feel so sick. I don't have to do that with these. I can just take both at the same time. They're delayed release capsules, so just really easy on the stomach. And I've got a coupon code for you guys. So use the code Michele Wong 25, all one word. I will put it up on the screen here for you guys. I'll put it down below in my description box, and it gives you 25% off of your first order. Okay guys, I'm gonna finish up my breakfast. I'm gonna take my vitamins, and Jen and I actually, we are going to go to Mandalay Bay today. We are going to attempt to get some Hello Kitty Bruno Mars merch. So there is a Hello Kitty pop-up, Hello Kitty store pop-up, where it's just featuring the collaboration merchandise. I think there's t-shirts, sweatshirts, you know, the basic stuff, hats, whatever. We were hoping to grab some stuff so that we could wear it to the concert later this week. We'll see, we'll see. I think we're gonna try and go, I mean, early, obviously, right? We're gonna have to like line up. I just don't know how popular it would be. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Probably pretty popular, but I don't know. I think if we give it like a half hour or something, an hour, I don't know. I'm also not willing to wait that long. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna get ready, and then we're gonna head out to Mandalay Bay. Okay, I'm all showered and ready to go. I have not worn my hair like this since before I think I dyed / bleached it, right? But I just did not feel like blow drying it today. It is definitely starting to get warm. And I was thinking back, I'm like, when did I do this with my hair? And it was last September because it was right around my birthday. And so, yeah, it was before I went to like New York and Japan, whatever. Anyway, my point is it was after last summer. And so I have not had my hair this way in the warmer months. I do feel like I will be wearing it like this quite often. This is all I can manage. All I can manage. So it's wet, it's gelled, it's hairsprayed. It is tied back in a little bun. We're gonna head out to Mandalay Bay. We're gonna go to pop-up, and we were just trying to decide if we were gonna get lunch before or after. We're just gonna get some food after. And I was looking up places in Mandalay Bay. There wasn't anything that appealing there. They used to have some really good restaurants, and they have maybe like one or two, but I don't know, nothing of note. So we're gonna go to this pop-up and then just like figure it out. We may end up at Yogurtland or something. Who knows? This pop-up is, I believe, just for the Bruno Mars and Hello Kitty merch. I don't think it's like a whole, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a whole Hello Kitty cafe or anything like that. They do have a Hello Kitty cafe in our mall on the Strip, the fashion show mall. So I don't think they would do that here. Who knows? Who knows? There's also a Hello Kitty truck outside of, it's like this area. What do they call it? The Row or something? It's this area between New York, the casino, and Park MGM. Yeah, it's like between those two, and it's this whole area where you can like sit, and there's all these different like food vendors or whatever, and so there's a Hello Kitty like cafe truck there too. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna have food there. So we'll figure out what we're gonna do for food. It's been so nice having Jen here. We've done some really fun, she always makes me do like fun, wacky stuff. You know, like when I have the girls here, like when they were here a couple weeks ago, we like to just hang out because there's many of us. And so we just hang out and catch up or whatever. But with Jen, you know, it's like we just pick up where we left off. So we went to the Hoover Dam. I'll flash some pictures up here, but we went to the Hoover Dam, which I had never been to. It's only like 45 minutes away from here. So that was really interesting. Very, very interesting. I did not know the impact, I guess, that dam made. Anyway, that was very interesting. And the Hoover Dam is in Boulder City, which is a town not that far. It's pretty big, and Hoover Dam is like on one end of it. Anyway, it's not that far from Las Vegas. And in fact, a lot of people live in Boulder City and commute to Vegas for work. But we went into the city and they have a monster museum. So again, I'll flash some pictures up here, but I got to see some of my favorite villains from scary movies. And then next door, they had an alien outpost, quote unquote, museum. It was more like just 2 rooms of random alien trivia. And I got to take a picture with my favorite fictional alien, Predator, of course. So that was fun. And then we even went to this park. I think it's called Hemingway Park, but it is known as like the Bighorn Sheep Park because that's where a whole flock of bighorn sheep just hang out. And it's very cool. There's like no fencing, nothing. They're just sitting there grazing or they're just relaxing in the shade. I love sheep, as you guys know. They're so sweet. So sweet. So that was a lot of fun. So that's what we did the other day. That's it. We've just been relaxing. It's been very nice. Oh, I hear Jen. Okay, Butters, we're off to the strip. Are you gonna miss us? She's wondering where Auntie Jen went. She went upstairs to get a sweatshirt, baby. Want to say hi to your fans? Your fans love you.
I was expecting a line, but not this long. We've officially walked into the neighboring casino. That's how long the line is. Oh my God, it's still going. Wow. We are throwing in the towel. We waited in line for about a half an hour. Why is it closed? Oh, they'll be back. We waited in line for about half an hour, and then a nice gentleman who was like handing out these posters to show us what was available, the merch that was available. We asked him how long he thought it would take, like from where we were in line, and he said 4 hours. We're like, I don't need a t-shirt that badly. So we are leaving, and we were going to come to this Hello Kitty store that we saw on the way in, but
So 3 o'clock.
they're returning at 3. I guess they're on lunch. Well, we don't need any shit in there either.
No, we certainly don't.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're just going to leave. We're going to go to Yogurt Land. We're going to lick our wounds and go to Yogurt Land.
We won't have to wait.
We won't have to
They'll
wait.
be open.
Yes. God, thwarted at every turn.
Every turn.
Hey guys, good morning. So Jen and I just came home after enjoying Yogurtland, after our thwarted Hello Kitty trip. We just came home and we started watching, oh gosh, is it Young Sherlock or Sherlock Holmes? But it's the new series on Amazon Prime. I think it's Amazon, sorry. I'm pretty sure it's Amazon Prime. I'm pretty sure it's Young Sherlock, and I know it's directed by Guy Ritchie. So we started watching that. We got 2 episodes in, and yeah, we're just, chatting. We got some Mexican food for dinner. It was great. It was a nice evening, but we didn't do much, so I did not vlog the rest of the day. But today, I've got an appointment this morning, which I'm running to. Jen has some work to do, and then I'm gonna come back, pick her up, and take her to a tattoo appointment. She always likes to make a tattoo appointment when she's here. I think it's easier to get a tattoo appointment here than it is in New York. I think it's also less expensive here. So she usually tries to get, kind of like a small one done. So she said it's not gonna take more than like a couple hours or whatever. So I'm gonna drop her off. And then at that point, I'm gonna go to Sephora and shop the sale. So I've made 2 orders online already, mainly because I kind of forgot a couple things in my first order. But I wanted to go in store and look myself. So I really like the Sephora location that's at Town Square. I think they have a really good selection. It's, more of like a local location. So it's not usually like totally overrun with tourists. Like they have better stock of stuff. But since I am gonna be close to the strip, that's where Jen's tattoo appointment is, I'm thinking about maybe going to the one in Planet Hollywood. I don't know. Or there is one in Fashion Show Mall. There's also one at Caesars. The one at the Venetian closed. Anyway, I have a lot of options, but I think because I do have the time, I think I may drive down to the Town Square one. It's just a little bit south of the Strip, not too far off. So yeah, I think I'll go there and shop. So I'm gonna do that and then go back and pick her up. Hopefully the timing will work out. And then I don't think we have any more plans for the day. So we were thinking, we'll discuss when I pick her up, we were thinking of going back to Mandalay Bay just to see how the Hello Kitty pop-up situation is. Anyway, so I'm getting ready. What time is it? I'm getting ready. I've got to leave in about 20 minutes for this appointment. So I'm just gonna do some light makeup. I have this Dr. Barbara Sturm lip balm in here. My lips are really dry. So we went out for Mexican last night, and usually whenever I go out to eat, doesn't matter what cuisine, it's always so salty, especially compared to, when you cook at home. And so I usually wake up with just feeling really parched, and my lips feel really, really parched. I don't know if you can tell, it's like red in there, so they're kind of irritated. And the food yesterday, it was really good. The Mexican food, I got this beef burrito. It was really, really good. I will say, and you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of Tex-Mex Mexican food, but we went to Hussong's, Hussong''S. We were like, that is a very unusual name for a Mexican restaurant, but it got decent reviews and we really enjoyed it. The service was great. For those of you local, we went to the one on St. Rose. We really liked it. I think it's relatively new, that one. So anyway, my lips are kind of dry, so I need to put some lip balm on pronto. Sorry, there's this safety seal on here I'm trying to peel off. But I really like this lip balm because there's no fragrance, no flavor, nothing funky. It's just a really nice, rich lip balm. And the texture of it isn't, too soft. It's also not too hard where you feel like you really have to warm it up just to get some product. Yeah, it's a really nice kind of Goldilocks texture. Okay. This I don't think they have at Sephora. This one I got at Beautylish. So Dr. Barbara Sturm lip balm. And I got the new Hermes bronzer, the Soleil de bronzer. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What am I saying? I don't know if I'm just imagining things or projecting or just wanting it so badly, but I love that I feel like makeup is kind of returning back to I don't know, from 2017 to 2019, that era where I remember limited edition bronzers would come out and they always had the coolest patterns inside and just, yeah, really neat. And maybe I've just missed the past few years, or maybe just the past few years, they just haven't really appealed to me or whatever. But this one from Hermes, I thought was so pretty. Isn't that fun? So we've got a little bit of blush, a little bit of bronzer, and here's the packaging, typical packaging. It's a little bit oversized. It's much larger than their blushes. I would say this is probably the same size as their eyeshadow quad, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I couldn't resist. So all of the shades in here, so all 4 of the shades in here have a little bit of shimmer to them. I don't know if you can see that, but just a little bit of shimmer to them. So we're gonna use this today. Okay, so lip balm is, it's got that Hermes fragrance. And I'm not familiar with Hermes fragrances, but I think it is one of their iconic fragrances that it smells like. It smells kind of powdery, kind of sweet, kind of floral. Anyway, we're gonna try that. And I am sitting, as you can tell, I'm sitting upstairs in my second guest room where I have my vanity set up. I feel like the lighting looks a little weird, so I apologize, but I'm using this big vanity mirror that has LED lights. They're a little bit on the cool side. I don't think I can change the temperature. I can change the power, but not the temperature. And then the lighting in here is a little bit warm. So I feel like my face and my background look a little off, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna put on a little bit of concealer. I've got my Sarah Creole Face Flex up here in shade number 1. And my appointment this morning, I did not mean to be particularly vague, but I have mentioned that I'm getting my office renovated. And I was just gonna, vlog the process, while as it went on, basically, the meetings that I had. It's been going on back and forth, dragging. The guy I'm working with, he's very busy, so no fault of his. I'm not putting any blame on him, but you know, we're just kind of going back and forth. I've changed my mind on the color, you know, just kind of working things out. And I felt like if I just keep talking about it every time something comes up, it's just gonna feel like it's just dragging on forever. So what I decided I'm gonna do is just make one vlog of that entire process. I mean, not every single step, because I do think it's boring, but kind of, you know, before and after of that office. So that's where I'm going this morning. And so I'm not gonna really be including any of that footage in this vlog, but once it's done, you'll see a vlog. I do feel like, and I'm sure many of you can relate, I do feel like I am overthinking a lot of the stuff, but I do wanna get it right. And when I moved into this house, I decided that I was going to, you know, take things slowly, because in the past, when I've moved into places, rentals, or, you know, the condo that we owned in New York or whatever, it was like you just want to decorate the whole place immediately. And like, I don't know, I feel like how you use your space or whatever, it takes time. It takes time to kind of like settle in. Like, it took me a while to get this room together, and I'm so glad that I did, because I decided to put this like Murphy bed in, and yeah, and kind of turn it into like a second guest room. And it's been so handy. I've had to use this as a guest room on several occasions. So yeah, I'm just glad that I waited. And so yeah, so I've waited for my office. I mean, we've been in this house, I can't believe it, but it's going on 5 years. And so it's time, it's time. And the fact that I don't really use that room, because I just, you know, there's just this hodgepodge of furniture in there or whatever. It's just such a wasted space. So I'm like, I want to make and create a space that I really want to spend time in. So anyway, that's what's going on today. You'll see a vlog eventually of all of that, but I'm not gonna include, you know, all the steps and everything in vlogs, you know, leading up to that. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Hermes. I'm gonna focus on the bottom here for bronze, and I'm gonna use this BK Beauty 107 brush. Let's go and actually let me do some swatches. I'll do the 2 blushes and then the 2 bronzers. Sorry, I didn't go in very heavy. Can you even see these? Let me do that again. Sorry. There are the 4 shades. I don't think that I'm going to necessarily be going into like one of these bronzers, because this looks more like a contour, this looks more like a bronze. I'm just gonna go into both. I don't think I'd have the patience to kind of get my brush right in there. Very nice. This is a pressed powder. It's not baked or anything like that. So very easy to pick up, very straightforward. It's blending out very nicely. Light dusting here. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a smaller brush. This brush from Hourglass, it's their dual-ended brush. I'm gonna go into the pink and the peach shades, both of these, and just focus that on my cheekbone. I am going to use this Ilia cream one in Glint. This is the Light Shift cream highlighter. I really like this. It's very, very subtle. The Hermes, very nice, very straightforward. I don't think anything like earth-shattering. Do you need to run out and get it? Absolutely not. It's very expensive, but it's nice. You know, if you're an Hermes fan, I think you would enjoy it. What is next? You know what? I am going to use some of these in here as eyeshadow. I think I'm gonna go into like this contour shade and just use this as eyeshadow. I'm using my BK Beauty 212 brush. It's like a fluffy blender. And just going to apply lightly. It's kind of very freeing to use face products as eyeshadow, because the pigmentation compared to eyeshadow is so light. You can really stab your brush in there and not worry about it, and just, you know, like lightly apply it all over your lid. I think that is fine. All right, I'm gonna curl my lashes. Got the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. And then for lips, you know what? Downstairs in my bag, I did finally find my Westman Atelier nectar. If you guys watched my Sephora recommendations video from last week, I was recommending the Hydro Bombs, and I had cafe creme and I had soda, but I wear nectar the most. I could not find it, but it was in one of my bags that I had already put away, like in my bag storage closet. I finally found it. It's in my bag downstairs now, so I'm gonna use that. I have my Kogendo Natural Lighting Powder up here. I'm gonna apply some underneath my eyes so my mascara doesn't smudge. And if I have like any excess powder, I just lightly put it over my mascara, just under my lashes. Not too much where they end up looking dusty or anything, but just a touch. It really helps. All right, so, quick fit check here. Let me move the camera a little bit here. I've got this new TWP, like it's a cropped blouse. You can see how cropped it is. Cropped blouse. It's got this great buttoning detail here if you want to roll up your sleeve. It's so cute. I have this in navy blue. I also have it in white. I've been wearing them nonstop. As you guys know, I love a cropped silhouette because I have such short legs. It just makes my legs look longer. This is my old Prada nylon pleated skirt in this beige. I got this, I think at the outlets. I think in the Woodbury outlets I got this. Either Woodbury or the Cabazon outlet. And it was such a great deal. So I've got that on. I'm going to be carrying my Loewe squeeze bag, which I haven't used in a little while, so I'm excited to use this guy. I thought the color combo was kind of fun. All right, I am off to my appointment and I will be back in a bit. Hey guys, I'm back from my appointment and I was actually just standing in my office here trying to like imagine all the things we just talked about. I can't wait to show you guys that. But anyway, I won't talk about it anymore. Let me actually put you guys on a tripod. All right, I did change when I got home because I just wanted to be comfortable when I drop Jen off and go shopping at Sephora. So I just threw on actually a cotton like fisherman knit cardigan from Quince. This t-shirt I think is just an old one from Cos, and then I've got my Amazon barrel-like sweatpants that I love so much. I get so many compliments on these sweatpants almost every single time when I'm at the airport, because I do like to wear these when I fly. It's either these or like my Rag & Bone Miramar jeans. I always get asked like, where did you get those pants? And I'll let them know Amazon, and I'll show them like the product or whatever. Anyway, sorry, total tangent. I've had a really up and down past couple of days. I just want to share with you guys just a little heart to heart here. It's been wonderful having Jen here. She's been here for a few days. I didn't vlog when she first got here. I really just, I'm trying to find a better balance between vlogging and being present in my life and filming and, all that kind of stuff. So she's here for a total of 8 days. So I was like, let me just take at least the first few days and just hang out and be with her and catch up. We had a lot of catching up to do. We both have been really busy, and I couldn't even remember the last time she had visited, but I think it was last summer. It was like last June. And she has usually, like in the past, come like out twice a year. But she's been, taking some longer trips. And when I go to New York, I spend so much time at the lake and not in the city that I haven't seen her when I go to New York. So yeah, it had been a long time. And we just want to like properly catch up and like be with one another. So anyway, that has been great. And that's been really wonderful. I mean, right? There's like nothing, and I've said this before, there's nothing better than quality time with your like oldest, dearest friends. Like I have known Jen. We lived together at NYU. She was one of my roommates when I was a freshman. So I've known her since 1991. So we're going on 35 years. She predates my husband. She predates my girl group. So yeah, anyway, that's been great doing that. And then I got some really bad news. I have a very good friend and her son passed away, too young, way too young. And that's been really weighing heavily, as you can imagine. She's a very good friend of mine. I did not know her son very well. Met him a few times, but it's just hard to imagine what she's going through, what her family's going through. So I've just been, I've just been trying to be present for her and her family or whatever. So anyway, that's been going on. And, so it's just been this, life, right? Life, it's just been really, really nuts. But I did want to share with you because I have always talked to you guys about perimenopause and, the hormones and being at this particular age now. I'm going to be 53 later on this year. The challenges that I have faced and being on HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, and, just all the things involved with going through perimenopause, going through this phase in my life. And so I just wanted to continue sharing with you guys. So late last year, I was starting to have issues like sleeping through the night again. And I know that is pretty much directly related to the progesterone. So progesterone is one of the hormones that I'm taking on HRT. So usually it's estrogen and progesterone. And then sometimes people will take testosterone. I've just been taking the estrogen and the progesterone. The estrogen is the patch, the progesterone is a pill you take every night. Fine. And so usually they kind of work in tandem. And so I spoke to my doctor, and of course, always speak to your doctor about this. Talk to someone about this. I've talked about MIDI health on my channel. I've talked about, other programs or things that you can, places you could reach out to or whatever. Anyway, so I went up in both, in estrogen and progesterone at the end of last year. I spoke to my doctor. I told her I wasn't sleeping through the night. It was really like becoming not just like one-offs here and there. It's becoming like a regular thing. And we know interrupted sleep can make you feel insane. So I was like, I'm not going down this road again. I recognize all the signs. I'm going to do something about it. I'm not going to let it, just hang on. I'm not going to just like wait it out and see if it fixes itself. So I went up in estrogen. I went up in progesterone. And my doctor said, she's like, look, the progesterone will make you sleepy, but it does take your body time to adjust. She's like, you just let me know how you feel, but just keep in mind that it can take a couple of months to adjust. But if you can't stand it, after a week or whatever, she's like, you just let me know. Just let me know how you're feeling. So I was like, okay, let me give it at least a couple of months, give it a good old college try. And so when I started taking the 200, so the FDA has only approved in the US 100 and 200 milligrams of progesterone. Those are the only two that are approved. Therefore, those are the only two that insurance will cover. So I went from 100 to 200. I was so groggy, could not snap out of it. I could sleep for 10 hours. And I was definitely sleeping through the night, but I couldn't snap out of it. I couldn't wake up. I was like a zombie in the mornings. And it would take me, so long. I would just be going through the motions. So, I was still going to the gym. I was still trying to get videos out for you guys, but it was really tough. It was just really, really tough. I felt like a zombie. I was really, really tired from it. I really wouldn't snap out of it until around lunchtime. And like I said, I was like, I'm just gonna give it the old college try. So this was going on and on and on, and I just couldn't snap out of it. And it got to the point where I was starting to feel really down, really depressed, really, really unmotivated, just blue, really blue. I felt like I had a little cloud over my head the whole time. I just had like no desire for anything, anyone, anytime, anywhere. Just, I was like pooped, like utterly pooped. And so finally I reached out to my doctor and I said, I can't do this. I would rather have, this was how horrible I felt. I would rather have interrupted sleep than this. So she was like, fine, we'll bring you back down to 100. And so I went back down to 100, probably right before I went to New York, and like the week before I left for New York. And what a difference, you guys. What a difference. I feel like myself again. I have energy. I'm perkier when I go to the gym. It doesn't take me, like I don't have this like super long warm-up time every single day. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it just feels like this balancing act between experiencing perimenopause and, you know, taking HRT. It's this like constant kind of like rebalancing, and you know, and I just feel like keeping this line of communication open, right? This like conversation going, I think is just helpful for us women who are going through it, have gone through it, are going to go through it. I mean, right? If you're lucky enough, you're going to be going through this. It's something that you really kind of have to stay on top of. It's a sort of like ongoing maintenance that I've never ever really been good at, and I've had to get better at it. I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but better at kind of like checking in with myself and like, you know, like how am I doing? Okay, like how are we feeling? And you know, the idea of like feeling like my old self, that's pretty much gone. I'm never gonna feel like my whatever 40-year-old self. It's just never gonna happen. I'm not 40. I'm gonna be 53. So it's like finding that new normal, finding the balance, all of that stuff. It's just tricky. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys, that's what I've been going through. And again, it's because it's something that I have talked to you guys in the past. So I just want to keep you, you know, up to date. That's what's been happening. So anyway, my appointment this morning did not last quite as long, thank goodness, quite as long as I thought. So I'm back home in plenty of time to take Jen to her tattoo appointment. So we're just sort of chilling out. We just made some breakfast. I should probably be doing some editing or always editing. There's always editing to do. So I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'll probably be back when I do some shopping at Sephora. Oh, I can't really film in Sephora, they get mad at me. But maybe I'll just show you what I picked up, because I do have 2 other orders that I placed online during the Sephora VIB sale. But yeah, I just want to see what's in store. It's always fun. You know, as convenient as online shopping is, I really do like shopping in store. It is really just so much more fun to like pick out stuff and try stuff out, and you know, especially when like color is so important. Okay, I'll be back later.
Hello. So I just finished a little shopping at Sephora, and I'll include this again when I do like a kind of an overall haul of everything I did, but I'll show you guys what I got on this little trip. So I did place an order online, but for pickup. And then this is the stuff that I got in store. And I would have ordered more for pickup, but the inventory was off. So a lot of the stuff I was actually able to find in store that they said they did not have available for pickup. So anyway, doesn't matter. I was actually surprised that I could get my hands on the YSL Couture Eye Palette, the 9 Shades of Brown Shadows. This I have been looking forward to ever since I saw on Instagram that this was coming out. And I think, where was it? I saw it on, I think maybe it was like Dillard's. Anyway, I put it on my Instagram stories if you guys, you know, were like desperate for it. This was maybe a couple weeks ago, but you know, I figured it was going to come to Sephora, so I just waited for it to come. Can't get it out of its packaging right now. One moment, please. Here we go. So here's the palette, and here are the 9 shades. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. And looks like there's a bunch of different finishes in there. Really nice. I cannot wait to try this. I am hoping that the formula is just the same as their Couture clutch, the quads that they have. I really, really like that formula. It's very soft, but it's very blendable, you know, nice level of pigmentation, all the good stuff. So I'm very excited for this. Okay, so that's one thing that I got for pickup. And then the other is the Westman Atelier lip liner. So I have been going hard with Ja Rêve, and they have a couple other shades that I like. I really wanted Biscuit, actually, now that I'm thinking about, oh, actually, I think I ordered it. So I did also place an order online for delivery. A lot of the stuff that I didn't see that I could pick up, I just ordered for delivery. And Biscuit in this lip liner is one that I placed an order. So that'll be coming soon. But this one is Cuckoo, C-O-U.
And here is Cuckoo. So it's a paler nude kind of pink shade. I'm not going to do any swatches right now because I don't have any makeup wipes or anything. And I don't want to be driving around. I mean, I would get makeup everywhere. So we're going to hold off on any swatches. But that is Cuckoo. Okay, so those are the two things that I got for pickup. I actually got three things. So I did order one of the Hydro Bombs from Westman Atelier. I got the shade Pippi. But when I was in store, I realized Pippi was not the red that I like. So she has two like bright reds. Pippi is one, and it's more of like the standard traditional like primary red. But I wanted the one that was a little bit more orangey. So that shade, I believe, is Pop. So I got Pop. Yeah, so it's a little bit warmer. I wish she did like a true kind of bright coral shade. Corally red shade, but there isn't one in the line. So I got that, and then I also picked up Bob, which I think is such a fun name. So here is Bob, really nice like mid-tone nude. And what I ordered online, I got the Ballerine and the English Rose. I think those are the two that I got online. So those will be coming, but I was able to get those in store. Hey, what else did I just get? Oh, I did get another Patrick Ta duo. You guys know how much I love the two duos that I have. Still at the Club and Always on My Mind. I think those are the two that I have. So I just picked up In Your Dreams. This one is a little bit lighter and warmer, I think, than the two that I have. So this is In Your Dreams. I just thought that was really pretty. It was one of those duos. I was like, why don't I have this? This feels like even more of like an everyday kind of shade for me. So got those. Really excited for that. I really, really, really like the formula of these. And then I did pick up another Ilia blush. I have 4 shades of this blush already. And I was just going down, you know, the aisle with Ilia. And I just kind of looked and I was like, wait, what is that shade? Why don't I have that? This is Breathless. And I remember trying to get this shade and it was sold out when they first came out. So obviously they've restocked, but this is a really nice nude, you know, natural kind of like pinky peach, but it's a little bit deeper than Glimpse. And what's the other light shade? God. Well, it's a little bit deeper than Glimpse and the other one that I use. So anyway, I picked that up. I just love the formula so much. And then I picked up a brow pencil for my mom. I picked up the clear brow gel because I can never have enough. And I think I actually, do I need to use some? Maybe a little bit right here. But I was actually thinking about leaving this in the car. I don't know if it would end up like melting and getting really gross, but anyway, I got another one. I feel like I can never have enough. I use that for my flyaways. And then here's some new products. So the Blush Balm Lip Tint from Charlotte Tilbury, they had these. And I remember taking a really quick look at these, maybe on the Charlotte Tilbury site. And I don't know, none of the colors really jumped out at me, but in person, here's the packaging, by the way. In person, I really liked the Pillow Talk because it was super nude. And Pillow Talk is a very like nude, but like pink color. So I was kind of surprised at how, I don't know, kind of brown it looked. Actually, the sample looked more brown. But that's what happens to the samples. Actually, Risa of Risa Does Makeup, she educated me because she's a makeup artist and has worked in stores a lot. And she said the lights, like the really strong lights in the store, will often bleach out and fade the color of a lot of the makeup. Like if you go and you look at blushes and sometimes they look kind of white, that's what happens. So maybe that's what happened with this lipstick. But it is much more nude than I think Pillow Talk is, like when I think of Pillow Talk. So anyway, it looked really pretty. So I wanted to try that. Of course, we'll do a whole try on when I get everything. And then I got 2 of the new like Pat McGrath, like the dual-ended lip products. What's the name of this? Lip Sculpt and Shade Contour Duo. So I got, I need my light. I got Nude Interlude and Supernatural Nude. Wow, I'm gonna confuse that, that's for sure. Okay, so Nude Interlude, here's the packaging. So one end is a smaller tip meant to be like a lip liner. And then the other side is more of a chubby tip. This actually looks like a eyeshadow crayon. So that's meant to, you know, fill in your lips. And then here is Super Natural Nude. Okay, here is the liner. This one is paler, I think, than the other one. It's lighter. Yeah, this one is the lighter one. Lighter and peachier. Yeah, and that was Super Natural Nude. All right, that is everything I picked up today. Like I said, I did place an order online, and I kind of like pared back my cart online because Tom Ford just came out with their Soleil Summer collection, and I got a lot of that. I spent a lot of money on that, and I was like, you know what? I need to like dial the Sephora cart back. So I mean, look, I got plenty. I got plenty, but I didn't get everything that I wanted. Like I didn't really like stock up on skincare because that's very expensive. Yeah, and some other things. But anyway, I will definitely haul that once I get it in. We'll do a haul, we'll do a try on. So excited. Jen is going to be texting me whenever she's about like 20-30 minutes out, and I have not gotten a text from her. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. I may actually just sit here and like catch up on some emails and stuff. I may do that because it's kind of nice. It's really bright out. It's really a beautiful day. But if I sit in the car in the sunshine, it'll be way too hot. So I think I'm just going to be creepy and sit in this parking garage and like answer some emails. Okay, I'm picking up Jen. Check out her tattoo. Oh, I love how fine and detailed.
Yes.
It almost looks like an ink drawing. Well, I guess that's, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
A pen ink
Yeah.
drawing.
Yes.
Because it's so fine.
Yeah, we played around a little bit with where it was going to go.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he had a light touch.
Okay.
It didn't really hurt.
And weren't you going to put it like
I
on your elbow?
I was going to put
Yeah.
it here, but it was like not enough space to get all the details. So he would have had to
Okay.
go too small, and then
Okay.
it wouldn't have worked out so well.
Okay.
So we kind of like turned it around a few times. But
Okay.
yeah, I think that's a good spot for it.
It is a good spot because it's close to your hand.
Yeah.
Where you would hold such a thing.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I am actually getting ready for my very first art class. I think it was in my last vlog where I mentioned I signed up for an art class at UNLV. It is a portrait drawing class. So it's just with pencil. I think we're going to move into charcoal eventually, but right now we're just using pencil. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I took you shopping to Blick Art Materials. So much fun. So much fun. Anyway, I was just, looking up the course information. I have all of my supplies, and I just wanted to find out like where the class was. I think it's in one of the smaller buildings. As you can imagine, UNLV has a ton of buildings or whatever, and they have like one really, really huge one, but I think that's the one for hospitality. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with UNLV. Anyway, I was just looking it up on Google Maps. It'll take me about 20-25 minutes to get there. So I'm just going to give myself a half hour, maybe a little bit more, so, find the classroom and all that stuff. But I'm excited. I'm very interested to see, because this is part of their continuing ed or whatever they call it here. Lifelong learning, I think is what they call it. So I'm very interested to see like who takes this class. I'm also interested in seeing how many people attend a class like this. Like, is it going to be a big class? I've only ever taken art classes in New York City, so they tend to be pretty full, like maxed out. You usually have to enroll pretty quickly or whatever. Art classes don't tend to be huge, they're not like lecture classes or anything. Yeah, and of course in New York you get like all walks of life. I imagine the same deal here, so I'm excited. The house is quiet this morning. Jen and Butters are still asleep upstairs. My husband is still asleep upstairs. We are going to see Bruno Mars tonight at Allegiant. I'm so excited. So excited. So I'm going to come home from my class. It'll probably be early afternoon at that point. And then, I'm probably going to nap. Because we have a 5:00 dinner reservation. The Bruno Mars show starts at 7. I believe he has an opener. And Jen, I've never heard of the artist that's opening, and I can't even remember his or her or their name. But Jen likes them. So we're going to go for the opener. So they open at 7. I don't know, probably go on at like 7:30 or whatever. And then I would imagine Bruno Mars is probably going to go on at like 9 or 9:30. So it's going to be a late night. It's going to be a late night. So I should definitely nap before we head out to dinner. So we're going to go to Orla in Mandalay Bay. And then just walk over to the stadium from there. Oh, we're also going to see if we have time. We'll probably go a little bit early, but if we have time, we're going to stop by and check out the Hello Kitty pop-up just to see what the situation is, just to see if the line is super duper long, as it was when we went. Was that yesterday? That was just yesterday. Oh my gosh, yesterday was kind of a long day, wasn't it? Yeah, after I picked up Jen from her tattoo appointment, we just came home. Oh, I showed you guys what I got at Sephora. Oh, I had that meeting yesterday morning. That's right. I'm like, why was yesterday so long? Yeah, I had that meeting and then dropped Jen off and then went to Sephora and then picked her up and then we came back here. I was starving and Jen had a craving for pizza. So we just had pizza for dinner. And then my husband came home and we watched 2 more episodes of Young Sherlock on Amazon Prime. And it's really good. It's really good. And it's funny because you think like the story or like, you know, the case is coming to a close, but we were only through episode 4 and I believe there's 8. I think there's like 8 episodes. So we're like, how does this continue? Anyway, it continues. Yeah, so that's been entertaining. All right, I'm gonna pack up my stuff and head out soon. Hey guys, I'm back from my art class. I think that's where I last left you. We did some, what do you even call it? Just some basic drawings to get like the basic kind of model proportions of a head and the features on a face. You know, like there's some quote unquote like rules or whatever. So anyway, you know, it was like draw a circle and then half of that, add to the bottom. So it's like, you know, and then you create like the egg shape for the face, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it was like warming up and getting into it. And I was, you know, drawing some like circles and stuff. And I was like, wow, I have not done this in a long time. So that was fun. But Jen and I, and my husband, who's actually still upstairs, we are ready for Bruno. Look at this. Wait, say that again.
It's from Farm Rio.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love it.
Because I'm a lowly yoga teacher who basically is in yoga pants all the time. So whenever I have a chance, I'm like, I'm putting on a dress.
Yes. I'm not wearing anything nearly as exciting. I just have this anorak on from Celine because I'm not sure if it's going to be like chilly or Jen's going to wear a jean jacket. I just have my jeans on and I have a pair of my Gucci sneakers that I got in Florence like, I don't know, 2 years ago at this point. When did I go? Yeah, I think it was like 2 years ago. I think it was in 24. But that's it. That's the highlights of my outfit. That's all I could do. We are going to, I think I mentioned this earlier today, but we're going to go to Orla for dinner and then head on over to the Allegiant Stadium.
Just pause your freaking mind and hear that calling. Take